Liverpool is on the verge of a squad revolution, and fans are already sensing the winds of change blowing through Anfield. As the current season draws to a close, the spotlight turns to the club's backstage, where crucial decisions regarding departures and arrivals are being made. One of these decisions seems inevitable. Darwin Nunez, the Uruguayan striker signed amid great expectations a few years ago, is reportedly packing his bags to leave Anfield this summer. The confirmation came directly from Fabrizio Romano, the transfer market guru who always delivers the hottest European football scoops. According to him, barring shocking surprises, Nunez's future lies away from Liverpool, whether in Europe or the Middle East. This news is just one piece of a much larger puzzle that Arne Slot, the Reds' new head coach, is assembling for the upcoming season. Liverpool is on the lookout for strategic reinforcements while also preparing to part ways with some stars who, despite their talent, failed to establish themselves as indispensable in the tactical setup. Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and even Darwin Nunez have all been mentioned as potential departures, while Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk have renewed their contracts, securing continuity and stability within the core of the squad. But let's zoom in on Darwin Nunez, whose case is particularly intriguing. Since arriving at the club, the Uruguayan sparked enormous hope. He was signed for an astronomical fee, becoming one of the most expensive transfers in Liverpool's history. However, that initial sparkle quickly gave way to doubts and uncertainties. Despite featuring in 42 matches this season, Nunez started only 17 times under Arne Slot's leadership. These numbers reveal a harsh reality. The player simply hasn't achieved the consistency required to become an undisputed starter. Now, as the transfer window approaches, rumours are intensifying. Saudi Arabian clubs remain interested in Nunez, and the £70 million bid that was rejected in January might be back on the table in the coming weeks. Additionally, European clubs like Atletico Madrid are emerging as potential destinations for the striker. For Liverpool, a sale makes sense both financially and strategically. After all, with a €5 million bonus clause due to Benfica once Nunez reaches 60 official starts, he's already at 59, the idea of selling him before that trigger activates is quite tempting. But why is all this happening? Let's take a broader look. The future of Liverpool's number 9 position is one of the biggest mysteries Arne Slot needs to solve. Nunez never quite fit the mould of the modern centre-forward the club envisions. Someone who blends goal-scoring instincts with space creation abilities and defensive work rate. Meanwhile, names like Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike, Liam Delap, Julian Alvarez, and Victor Osimhen have emerged as potential replacements. Each brings unique qualities, but each also comes with its own challenges. Alexander Isak, for instance, has generated huge excitement among fans. The Swedish striker has consistently impressed at Newcastle United and would represent a significant upgrade to the Reds' attack. However, the price tag demanded by the English club will likely exceed what Liverpool is currently willing to pay. Then there's Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt, another intriguing option. While young and promising, the Frenchman has yet to prove himself on the big stage, adding a layer of risk to any potential deal. Other names like Liam Delap, often praised for his physical style and efficiency inside the box, and Julian Alvarez, a World Cup champion with Argentina, are also on the watch list. Both would represent different types of gambles, each with their own quirks. However, for many fans, the ultimate dream remains Victor Osimhen, the Nigerian striker from Napoli. His speed, technique, and finishing ability place him among the best forwards in the world, but prying him away from southern Italy would cost a fortune, something that might only be possible with the sale of Nunez. Meanwhile, Darwin Nunez's departure marks the beginning of a new era for Liverpool. The club is determined to rejuvenate its squad and adapt to the demands of modern football. Under Arne Slot's leadership, The goal is to build a versatile, dynamic team capable of competing on multiple fronts. To achieve that, saying goodbye to players who no longer fit the project is a painful yet necessary step. For fans, watching Nunez leave will certainly be a bittersweet experience. He brought memorable moments during his time at the club, but also frustrations. His goal against Arsenal in the Premier League, for instance, showed flashes of the talent that once excited so many before his arrival. However, those moments were interspersed with inconsistencies and mistakes that kept him from achieving true icon status at Anfield. Now, the question is, who will be the next star to wear Liverpool's red shirt? Will Alexander Isak live up to the expectations? Or will a young talent like Liam Delap or Hugo Ekitike be the chosen one? Perhaps Victor Osimhen, the ruthless goalscorer, will become the Reds' main target. Regardless of who is picked, one thing is certain. Liverpool is ready to invest heavily in rebuilding its attacking sector. And here enters another fascinating point. How does the transfer market work? It's amazing to think that within a few weeks, the fate of players like Darwin Nunez can change completely. One day, he's the poster boy for one of England's biggest clubs. The next, he might be flying to Riyadh or Madrid, ready to start a new chapter. This constant cycle of arrivals and departures is what keeps football so thrilling and unpredictable. Meanwhile, Arne Slot faces the monumental task of shaping Liverpool's future. The Dutch coach has inherited a squad full of quality, but also full of dilemmas. Players like Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota, although talented, may end up leaving to make room for new signings. This creates an environment of uncertainty, but also of opportunity. Who knows? Perhaps this rebuild is exactly what Liverpool needs to return to the top of European football. Finally, it's worth remembering that football is about much more than business and numbers. It's about human stories, shared emotions, and deep connections between players and fans. When Darwin Nunez leaves Anfield, he'll take with him memories of triumphs and disappointments, but he'll also leave space for new heroes to emerge. And it's in that constant exchange of protagonists that the beauty of the sport lies. So let's look forward to the coming weeks. The transfer market promises to be full of surprises, speculations, and of course, dreams coming true. Liverpool is about to write a new chapter in its glorious history, and we, the fans, are here to witness every page of this epic journey. Let the new stars come, for Anfield will always be ready to welcome them with open arms. And so, while Darwin Nunez seems to be paving his way out of Anfield, another Liverpool star may be heading in the same direction. Luis Diaz, with recent statements filled with emotion and nostalgia, has drawn attention to his future at the club. Could the Colombian also be thinking about new horizons? To find out more about this intriguing possibility, click the card beside and uncover the story that promises to shake up Liverpool's backstage even more. See you there.